Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, sometimes you're just damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. We have a cruise ship captain and the cruise line said, you know what, instead of having a sea day, let's go into a port and have our clients and our guests enjoy a port in the Bahamas. And they go and they pull in and somebody backs into the cruise ship. First off, let's talk about some news in I couldn't do it and then I could do it. We have the Norwegian Bliss, and she was all set to pull into Victoria in Canada. Too windy. It's just too windy, so they could not pull into port on Wednesday, and that's some of the troubles of sailing early in the season, going up into Canada and Alaska, both Atlantic Canada, Western Canada. It can be quite windy up there for the first, I'd say, April, mid-May, and here we go, too windy to pull into port, so unfortunately, they didn't get to visit Canada in Victoria. However, one ship is all set to schedule and stop in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. That's the Viking Octanus. And she was actually supposed to stop in Nova Scotia, but it was too windy, so she could not stop there. So the very first official cruise ship to stop in Atlantic Canada, I believe, is now the Viking Octanus. Not the biggest cruise ship in the world, but definitely a luxury cruise ship. And I'm sure the folks out in Atlantic Canada waiting for some tourists to come in, this is a good sign that here we go, the season's about to start. Okay, I haven't done this in a little bit, so I'm just going to ask you guys, if you haven't subscribed already, why not? I know a lot of people watch it on the TV and they can't. Hey, do me a favor, borrow somebody's phone one time, or your phone, or borrow somebody's computer if you're at their house, and just hit that subscribe button. Or most of all, just check to see that you're still subscribed, because you never know. The YouTube algorithm gods that are out there sometimes just say, yeah, we're going to unsubscribe people randomly for no reason. I've had a few notifications from people saying, hey, suddenly I have to search for you instead of it coming up on my notifications. So yeah, just double check that you're subscribed, the notification bell is on, so you'll be notified of all the cruise news as far as everything update, and you'll see all the upcoming vlogs that I have coming up. One I haven't even told you about because I'm still working on it, but it's coming up really soon. But I'm off to Panama very shortly, I'm off to Alaska very shortly, I'm off to Rome and Greece very shortly. I may be even off to Norway very, very shortly. So stay tuned for all that. Okay, now on to the main story today. And now we have the story of you're kind of damned if you do or you're damned if you don't. We have Royal Caribbean decided, you know what? Let's give our passengers an extra port day. Instead of a sea day, let's go into Freeport, Bahamas and have them enjoy the cruise port. Wonderful idea. Passengers are happy, people are happy, everything's good. And then they had a cargo ship back in to the aft area of the Mariner of the Seas. Luckily, the Mariner of the Seas is much larger than the cargo ship that pulled in. The cargo ship's name was Tropic Freedom, and she actually hit the cement barrier that is running alongside that was sort of blocking the Mariner of the Seas, luckily, and it kind of bounced off, but the bridge area, the part where the captain and the guides all sit up in that cruise, that cargo ship, actually hit the upper half of the rear balcony area on the Mariner of the Seas. You can see there's a big hole there, and the metal has been pushed all in, and it actually got lodged in that location. It just goes to show you, ships these size and this amount of tonnage and stuff like that, even if they're moving slowly, can do a lot of damage to even a big metal ship. As I said, the Mariner of the Seas is a much larger ship. It's completely seaworthy. It's not going to affect anything. The ship is going to continue on with its passengers. It just goes to show they tried. Hey, a good thing for our passengers. Had they stayed at sea, they would have been fine. It just, yeah, a little bit of structural damage that's going to have to get fixed. They're going to have to block it off. from passengers because there's an actual hole there now to the ocean, and they definitely don't want passengers walking by that or looking at it, trying to stick their head to look, hey, look at this is cool. No, 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 they don't want any of that. They'll have that blocked off, but a story for everyone to say, hey, I was on a cruise ship and another ship hit us. And, you know, it didn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's a story you can tell your friends. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't, right? What are you going to do, folks? It's the life of a cruise ship captain, on a cruise ship, period. Nobody was hurt. That's the good thing on either of the vessels, and both of them seem to be doing fine. They're both seaworthy. No big dangers there. And now let's talk about the judge ruling in Florida that, yeah, the CDC's mask mandate for public transportation, yeah, you're not going to renew it. Boom, I'm outlawing it. I'm making it disappear. And a lot of the airlines, boy, I think the airlines were sitting in the courtroom, and the minute he said, nope, no more masks, they were texting the airplanes because mid-flight that very day, people were being told that they can take their masks off on the air flights. So they were ready for it. Cruise ships, not so much, because the cruise ships are still not following the order of the CDC. They're following the recommendations of the CDC, because the CDC can't control the airlines. They cannot go to an airline and say, bam, you're not flying anymore. Bam, you're done. Because that's part of another branch of government that has to be consolidated and talked to as well. But they can shut down cruise ships, as you've seen them do for a year and a half in many, many cases. So they're more weary of instituting things that go against the recommendations of the CDC. So they haven't changed anything yet. Now, will they? Because it's not just the cruise lines that run the terminal. That's also run by the government. And the government may now say you don't need to wear masks in the terminal. It's still up in the air. I have not heard anybody yet call me or text me or message me saying that, yeah, we just got on a cruise ship and we didn't have to wear a mask in the terminal. Haven't seen that yet. But when you go to the airport, a lot of airports have now said you don't need a mask. Now, here's the thing. If you're flying to another country, masks could still be a thing. You fly into Canada, you still need a mask. If you're on an Air Canada airline, you still need a mask. I know, I'm flying next week. I still have to wear a mask, whether I want to or not. And trust me, I would not wear one if I didn't have to. I'm over this myself. But, yeah. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I'm on a cruise next Wednesday, so I'll know firsthand in Fort Lauderdale if any changes happen. I'll let you know then, or if anyone lets me know, yeah, they're changing the cruise terminal policies. But right now, cruise lines are being very tight-lipped about their plans for the cruise terminals. And guess what? The cruise ports are also being very tight-lipped on what they're doing. So, well, it's a wait-and-see progress. But there you go. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And some good news for North Atlantic Canada. And who knows what's happening with cruise terminal masks. We'll have to wait for that one and see what happens. Well, I hope you appreciate this news update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.